For my presentation, I decided to do the topic of deepfake AIs, specifically a deepfake AI case in Louisiana that troubled a family and a 14-year-old girl. In January of 2024, Baton Rouge, two eighth graders, they grabbed a free open source face swap AI model and spent about 10 minutes in the school library in the computer lab and pasted one of their classmates, a 14-year-old girl's face, onto nude bodies on a deepfake AI porn thumbnail. They dropped these deepfake AIs into private Snapchat stories titled Fantasy Draft. They put screenshots that bled into four different groups and different chats. Then they used Discord and offshore image boarding in order to continue to put these photos out. Uh, Within the 24 hours, the pictures had been viewed, saved, and or reposted by a ton of their other classmates, including upperclassmen, and at least one adult in another state had seen these images. The girl ended up finding out based on a repost that her classmate showed her, which led her older brother to asking if she had an OnlyFans account, which, being a 14-year-old girl, I doubt she even knew what that was. I doubt a lot of people know what that is, but it's just a horrible thing to happen and a horrible thing to be for you to be accused of. And then later on, later down the line, her father, actually a Havoc tech who had never even heard of the word deepfake or deepfake AI, got the call from a school counselor while he was on a job site and described everything to them. And in the moment, he was just baffled by it. He didn't know what to think. And he said that this was just basically like a punch to the gut that just kept on hitting. It just was it was just an unbelievable, crazy thing. Overall, unconstitutional by those two young boys, and they ended up getting in a lot of trouble for that. Um, it's just, something that hasn't been taken account of most of the time because deepfake AIs are very realistic and, can be thought to be real if people aren't familiar with it, which is why in the state of Louisiana, they didn't have a no stature or explicit criminalization cause for this unconstitutional porn imaging and face transfer video. So as of 2014, the U.S. case has taken the force to the public school district as a new state of register and just overall in order to get, people's face, image, and likeness on the more criminalizing side of things. So people who do this and do this to other people can actually get in trouble for, their actions and what they have done. And yeah, it's just overall just horrible. Um, so explaining a little more about this and the word deepfake, in 2017, a user called these deepfake swaps as one of the initial things that happened was Gal Gadot. If you don't know who that is, her face had been put, the same thing that happened to her had been put on another image in another video. And just people didn't know what it was. They thought it was her. Same sort of situation, but just it was so long ago that there was no actions or anything that could really take care of that. So which is why I just kept on climbing and be getting more and more responsive for the situation. Um, yeah, there's the reasons to, why, you know, this is such a troublesome issue and why I care so much about the situation and decided to do this as my presentation is just because, I've been on social media since I was about 10 or 11 years old, since when my parents let me get Instagram and Snapchat and things like that. And I have seen and, I've posted certain things that if someone took that or put my face on something else or got my, image and likeness from that and put something on that I was not okay with or did not consent to, I know I'd be very, very mad in that given situation, just like how her life was kind of flipped upside down. Um, getting older now too and understanding the usage of ChatGPT and Kimi AI and other things like that. Personally, I've never used deepfake AI. I don't even know how to use it, but I bet in this day and age it'd be pretty easy to understand and just, search up how to work it and how to do things like that. So, um, that just shows to me how much more of a troublesome situation this is. I just believe that if we are able to take somebody's face off of something they posted and just put it on the most obscure images and just copy and paste and just absolutely send it out to everybody, that is something that should be criminally offensive and something that just should never happen to a person, as it is, very destructive. It's just disturbance of property and kind of flipped her whole, as I said, flipped her whole life upside down. But as a parent, as that father said, it's like a gut punch that keeps on punching. He was just horrified by it because that's his little girl. That was his daughter. And seeing her in that much pain and seeing her and all that stuff that she had to go through was just horrible. So, coming from a younger generation, these are certain things that we do need to take care of and that we do need to focus on. While not all AI is bad, these specific types of AI situations just they're hard to deal with as it's so hard to tell what is AI and what's not AI if you're not super familiar with it. So, yeah, that is my presentation on deepfake AIs, on the situation given in Louisiana, and just why we need to, pay attention more this day and age, focus a little more, and just develop a little more time to actually informing ourselves on these AIs and what needs to be taken care of in order to not have our name, image, and likeness obstructed like this situation. Thank you.